Okay, Rams, so we're going to start our test review here. This assignment will be extra credit for you if you complete the whole thing with the work shown. Now, the video is not required, but it may help you answer some of the questions that you have, okay? I'm going to go through them quickly so it's not a long video. All right, number one, use the number line to compare points C and A. So I have points C and A. So what I'm looking for here, guys, this is just like number one on your test. What I'm looking for is I need to know that C is greater than A or A is less than C. And your because would be about where it is on a number line. C is farther to the right. Or you could say, on a number line, sorry. A is farther to the left. Okay, so that's really that simple. On your test, half of your points come from the explanation. Okay, number two, use the number line to order these from least to greatest. Okay, so I'm going to start with the easiest ones of all. I see a -5. That looks easy. So I'm going to put it on a number line. Okay, there's one on your test that looks like this. You're not required to make a number line, but it may help. 2 1/4. So if I go to 2 and I split that into 4 pieces, right there is 2 1/4. Okay. -4 1/2 would be right here. Okay. Now, -4.7 is going to go right between those because 4.5 is 4 1/2. Now, 27 divided by 6, I need to do the math for that one, right? 6 times 4 is 24. You get 3. So 3, oh, sorry about the bell. -3/6. Ah, -4 3/6. You know what? That one is the same as that one. I will take either one on there, okay? So least to greatest means left to right. So -5 is first, okay? Then -4.7, okay? Then these two are tied. So you could say -4 1/2 or 27/6. I'll take either one. And then 2 1/4. Sorry, I didn't realize it wasn't zoomed in there for you. Okay. The thermometer at Bryce's house shows a temperature of -14 degrees. The thermometer at Emily's house reads -12 degrees. Write an inequality to represent this situation. So what that means is -14 and -12. Inequalities mean less than or greater than. If I think about the number line, the one farther to the left is going to be smaller. That means -14 is less than -12. Okay, which one is warmer? The warmer one is the one that's larger, farther to the right. So -12 is warmer. Okay, now absolute value. -10 is less than -9. But if I think about the absolute value of -10 is 10. The absolute value of 9 is 9. So now 10 is farther from 0 than 9. So the absolute value makes it greater. Okay, and right here, you write an observation statement. You can tell me that even though 9 is larger, it is closer to 0 and has a smaller absolute value. That's a great way to explain that. So make sure you do this. Okay, several students in Mr. Curl's 6th grade science class played a world geography game. The table shows the scores at the end of the game. So write the students' names in order from lowest score to highest score. So think about your number line. The lowest score is going to be the farthest on the left. Okay, that would be this one here. We only have 2 that are negatives. So lowest would be Amy here at -472. And then -371 with manual. And then we go over here to the positives. Okay, the next is 283. And then way over there is 3,725. And even farther will be 7,351. Okay, that's the first 5 on your video. This is your test review. Remember, this right here is not your grade. This is how you're studying. And if you have it completed with all the work, you'll get 10 bonus points on your test. Okay, number 6. So right here, we're going to label these and put them on our Venn diagram. Okay, so I'm going to put rational number here. Let's say put whole number and integer. It really doesn't matter which ones go where, as long as you put them inside the right spots. Okay, so rational number, integer, and whole number. Okay, negative 3.2 is a rational number only. So it goes in the rational number area for both of these. Okay, 7 is a whole number and an integer and a rational number. So 7 goes here. Remember, everything on this one is going to be inside that rational number circle. Okay, it's all of them, so it goes right here. Negative 4.5. Even though it's negative, it's not an integer. Not everything that's negative is an integer. That one is not one of those whole numbers. So negative 4.5 is only a rational number. Okay, 2,220 is a whole number. Okay, 5/6 is a rational number. It is a fraction that does not simplify. It is not disguised as anything else. Oh, that's a 6, not an 8. And the last one is negative 5. Negative 5 is an integer and a rational number, but not a whole number. Okay? All right, number 7. Draw a number line and plot 2 points that are opposites. Man, that one's pretty easy. What we know about number lines is that they are the same distance from 0. So I'm just going to use 3 and negative 3. And to show 1, 2, 3 spaces to 0, 1, 2, 3 spaces to 0. Okay, so 3 and negative 3. Okay, Chandler was comparing a friend's checking account. Joey has $14.72. Rachel has negative $4.50. Monica has $5.83. And Ross has negative $4.27. Put these in order from least to greatest. So the smallest amount of money is Rachel with negative $4.50. Okay? Next would be Ross with negative $4.27. Then we go to positives, and we have a 14 or a 5. So it looks like Monica is at $5.83. And then Joey is at $14.72. Least to greatest in that order. Okay, next. What decimal is equivalent to 4 and 13/25? Okay, well, I'm going to ignore my 4 for a second. I know it's going to be 4 point something. But 13/25, I could use division. I could do top dog and divide this. But I know that 25 goes into 100 4 times. And 13 times 4, well, 13 times 2 is 26. So if I double that, it'd be 52. 52 100ths is 0.52. But I can't forget that it's a 4.52. 4 and 52 100ths. Okay. Show 3 ways to represent 5 divided by 8. Okay. 5 divided by 8 is 1. Remember, top dog. A fraction is nothing more than a division problem. Then the other one that we all get mixed up on, you read this from the inside out. 5 divided by 8. All right, last one. Put these numbers in order from greatest to least. Greatest to least. So they are all negative. So on my number line, it's going to be, the biggest number is the one that's closest to 0. Okay? I'm going to make them all decimals though. So negative 3/4 would be negative 0.75. That's a benchmark we should have memorized. Negative 1/2 is negative 0.5. Negative 1.08. There's only one I actually have to do some work for, huh? 15 divided by 12. Top dog. 12 times 1 is 12, and I subtract and get a 3. I'm going to make it a decimal, so I don't want to deal with my numerator. 12 times 2 is 24, and I subtract and get a 6. Add my 0 and keep going. 12 times 5 is 60. So it says negative 1.25 and then negative 0.86. Those are my numbers. So if I want them greatest to least, I write them so that they look like they're least to greatest. Remember, they're all negatives. So the one that looks the smallest is actually the biggest. Now I see 2 decimal places on some of these, so I'm going to make for sure they all have 2. Now, I could put them on a number line, or I could say, okay, 75, 50, 108, 125, or 86. So the one that looks the smallest is this one. This is actually the biggest number because it's negative. So negative 1/2. Okay. Then after 50, it looks like 75. So negative 3/4. Okay, these are in the ones. They have a whole number in front, so then it's this one. Negative 0.86. And then the last 2, this one looks the smallest, so it's actually the biggest. Negative 1.08, and then negative 15/12. Okay, if I can give you any advice at all for this test, okay, I want you to remember, turn your fractions to decimals. Okay, any problem that you have fractions and decimals together, just turn your fractions to decimals. Top dog, okay? Use division every time. It's going to make a difference. Read carefully and show all of your work, okay? Because on your test, even if you get it wrong, but you have shown all of your work in very, very clear and organized way, and you're using the strategies we taught you, you're going to get half credit. So you could actually make a 50 on your test and not get any questions right, okay? Have a great night.